Good evening, everybody. Hello, how is everybody tonight? Just going through the top of the chat here. Hopefully everybody's having a great Tuesday, great start to the day. It's raining where you guys are. It's been raining here too. Sorry it took me a little longer than usual. I think it's because I was getting myself ready. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having Vincent pop his head in and go, "Do you need anything?" And I'm usually like, "No," but then I always need something. I won't have my light or something on. Just going through the chat really quick. Leonard Skinner, Daddy, is that who you're listening to? Oh, you guys are talking about music. Oh, gotcha. Let's see. Juniper Rob said already. If you guys don't mind smashing that like button before we get started, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna star that and come back to your comment because we can do that. Magic Johnson didn't pass away. I don't think so. Not yet. I think he still has some good years in him. Don't you think there, Prince Namor? Summer. Summer's been on a plane today. She's here for it. Yeah, don't forget, pop your popcorn, get your drink, settle in. Smash that like button. Don't forget to do that. Hey, Boone. With your little kitty on there. Don't know if I've seen you in our chat before. Hi, Elbeam. See, oh, your picture's pretty. I don't know if I've ever really looked at it, really looked at it. Wow, I could look at that all day, dang. I'm gonna take it off because I will too. I'll be lost in that picture. That's an ADHD lover's dream right there. That picture, Elbeam, of the skyline or the sunset, beautiful. Okay, so I'm glad everyone's here. Looks like the usual suspects. Oh, you changed your name, Skittle Riddle. Oh my gosh. Truthful Soul, I like it. I like the name. Are you starting a channel? Because that sounds like a good channel name. It really does. Hey, Legendary. Hey, Rackmaster 4, hello. I haven't been through the chat, I feel like forever. It's been a long time. So it looks like we've got some people in. People I know, people I don't know, the better, the more the merrier. That's what I was hoping on, so. Hopefully people want to get their thoughts out, because I sure do. But before we do that, I do want to talk to you guys, but let me see. You're not sure as yet? Oh, well, you never know. I think it's a cute name for a channel. I don't think I didn't have a channel name. My channel name was it my name? What the hell was my name before TitaniumBuilt? How did people look me up? Oh, I don't know, y'all. I don't think I had a channel name. No wonders why no one knew about me, really. I don't even think I had a channel name, y'all. That's like number one thing. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, start with the name. And what you want to do, of course, what kind of, work you want to do on YouTube, what kind of videos content you want to produce. Okay, we'll wait for you, Arlene. Yep, See, okay. We're going to talk about hate from other channels, Truthful Soul. So you're right. You came into the right chat tonight. I'm going to add them to the stream, even though, let me add something else, though. So it's not them. Oops. Sorry about that. Maybe I could just, get on my Twitter or something. Let's see. That way it's, not all up on the Idaho 4. Oh, it recommended. Oh, good. True crime documentary. And do you have a channel? Because I thought I checked and you didn't have one, or you didn't have any videos or anything. So let me know. Um, Let me check something really fast. Oh, guess what? By the way, um, my keyboard isn't broken. Hey, just Avery. Yeah, my I can start my camera. So I feel like I'm missing a light. Am I missing a light? No, this one's just pointed the wrong way. I don't know if I did anything. Yeah, exactly. Haters are going to hate. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I was wanting to talk to you guys about a couple things before we get started in then tonight's live. So if you guys wouldn't mind, hit that like button, smash it, smash the hell out of it. Like really, I want you guys to. I want this to go to everybody in the whole united YouTube sphere. I want everyone to see this video, at least the beginning of it, this part here, because I've got some stuff to say. Oh, you don't have the channel anymore? Oh, I like that name though. Just Avery, I like that name. Rebranding. I like it. I like it. I can't believe I didn't have a channel name before now. That's really weird. And that's weird that screen... I'm not doing anything to that screen, so that's weird. Okay, so before we get started, like I said, if you can just hit the like button, that'd be great. So nice that I hear Letecia's BS. Oh my lordy. That defense witness today, the doctor for her, whew, it was bad. It was really bad. So about a week ago in the chat, I just wanted to address it because we didn't really address it after it happened. And so I just wanted to address it with you guys because that way you all know like where I'm coming from, I guess. So we were on a live the other night. And actually, okay, so let me just back it up one more second. I did a members only post, and on YouTube, a lot of creators, they'll do members only post for just their members to give them something added, something extra, because they pay to be a member every month. Well, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've been slacking on it a little bit, even though it doesn't say like, in my things like verbatim, it doesn't say like that's what you get as a perk. I like to add a lot more. I like to add extra stuff in. So the other day when I was doing it was going to be a regular post. I just decided to make it a members only post because, well, I thought it was just kind of funny and I thought it would be, something quirky for just the members. And that way I wouldn't maybe not really hurt someone's feelings because I wasn't trying to and that wasn't what it sounded like. But I guess just maybe just not hurt someone's feelings. So I said on the live, or I'm sorry, not on the live, but in a community post, and I should have brought it up, but I said something along the lines of, can someone tell T-Rev to put a shirt on? And that's another creator on the platform. I said, and what's he doing with what's he doing when playing my girl Nancy Grace? I said, doesn't he know that's my girl? And I put laughing emojis after it. I thought it was just like a funny post. I wasn't trying to make fun of anybody. Even in the comment section, I commented under, I think it was Amanda. She said something like along the lines of like, he loves Nancy Grace. He always has or something. And I said, I did not know that. Doesn't he know I'm getting like a Nancy cardboard cutout, and like 10,000 subscribers, And so it was really like to be a joke. Well, the part of and I think I even said about the shirt, I said, I was jealous. I think it was Amanda. I said I was jealous because I can't do that. I can't get away with that. Like going on my live, without a shirt on because I'm a girl. So he came into my chat a couple days later. I don't know how many days later it was. Could have been the same day. It could have been 5 days later. I couldn't tell you guys. But he came in here and he said something along the lines of, you're going to make a members only post about me or something like that. And that's all he said. And so I stopped the live. I pulled up the post so he could see it on my side as a member, like, you know, so you could see it, see everything that was said. It wasn't meant to be like anything mean. Well, I thought it would have been done with that. He came over here and he said his little piece and he disrupted my chat and, you know, disrupted my live, but he didn't. He didn't stop there. He didn't. He went and he made a post on his own community tab. Not knowing, he thinks that he's the only people that have people. But I mean, we're all creators. We all got people. Okay? So he made a community post and it just said, oh yeah, that's why Avery, I don't talk to nobody. I don't do nothing with nobody. I really don't. You won't see me on anyone's panel. You won't see me up on in anyone else's business, really. You won't, because I don't like the drama at all. So I thought that's why I was like I thought it was just a funny post. It was, heaven forbid, you know, I mean, you know, I know you know what I mean, Avery. So then he made a post talking about, you know, people have to hide behind their members only, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, I thought it was squashed. And so for him to be drumming up more drama, it's just like, I'm over it. So then I come on. So then I thought I was over it. I thought it was done. I thought we were done. But then I see people comment underneath of this guy's post after I have commented on it saying, this is his post. Where am I at? Maybe I was up top more. I think I was down more. Because I didn't see this, mind you, for a couple days. Oh, no, I was up more. Oh, I think I was up here where there's like this. Okay. And I'm just going to say this and then we're going to drop it. But I said, this was referring to my post, cute. Believe me when I say this, I wasn't making fun of you. The members only post said, tell Trev to get on a shirt. In the comments, I said I was just jealous because I couldn't. Then I said, hey, he's playing my girl Nancy. I didn't know you liked her. And when I found out, I was like, yeah, she's great. You know all of this because you came into my chat with Fifth Dimension and your worst nightmare. It was cute coming into another creator's chat and disrupting things. And you said one thing, I cut the whole live to give you your talk space or your space to talk, and you ghosted. I wasn't being mean, believe me, you know. Also, your source is as about reliable as Banfield. And so, yeah. But I was just like, just good golly, Miss Jolly. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. But I can't say this isn't the first, this ain't the second, this ain't the third, and this ain't going to be the last. Because we all go through stages when we're climbing up the ranks in the YouTube world. And I mean, I remember it wasn't like I wasn't trying to be mean, but I guess I was kind of mean. I guess it kind of was mean of me though. I said something like along the lines of like, it was one of those like troll channels. And it was like a person that was like really mean to people. And so like I did like a debunking video on him. It was over the Kylie Rodney case. It was one of my best videos because like everything he said was like not factual. Oh no, Laughing Stock, he meant T-Rev did mean something bad by it when he came in my chat the other night. When he rolled up in my chat, he did. I didn't mean anything bad about my post. No, that's what I mean. Like when he came up and that's where it was like, whoa. And then it just got me because then I see, and I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm everywhere. And it just like really got to me because then I see people that are my subscribers and my members over there after I had posted that it was me that said that. And they're saying, oh, T-Rev, you're the best creator. I come to your chat every day because I wait for you to come on live. You're the best creator. And then that person comes in my chat and says the same thing word for word in my chat. It's like, let's just all be 100 with each other. We are family here. We're a family unit. That's why I'm bringing it here. Because we're family. Family. And I want people to go in other people's and subscribe and be in other people's chats. And like, I want to chat with you guys. And I'm not saying that. It just hurts my feelings when I see somebody come into my chat and say, you know, Tanya, you're the best creator on YouTube. I just love you so much. And then I click over when I'll get out of this live or something and I'll say, on your For You page. And then I'll click on it. I'm like, oh, you know, someone else's chat. And they're like in there saying word for word. Or even better, they take the words I literally say. I said a saying the other night on my live, and they took the saying that I said and put it in another creator's chat as their saying. But it was what I said. Like, and it wasn't a saying that's used by anybody. By anybody. Believe me when I say that. So I just wanted to bring it to you guys. I'm sorry I talked for 20 minutes about this stupid shit, but I didn't mean to talk that long about it. I really didn't, guys. Sorry. But I just wanted to get off my chest because it was bothering me. And I really, you know. Oh, don't let someone bully you till you cry. Because I don't cry. No. Actually, I laughed today. Because, I mean, I laughed. I won't say nothing mean, but I laughed. No, but no, I mean, and I'm cool. And I was good. And I didn't cry about it. And I wasn't mad about it. I just felt disrespected in a way. I was just disappointed that another creator, especially another true crime creator, because it is really hard to be a true crime creator. And, you know, that they would come into my chat and just disrupt it like that and then just leave. And not only disrupt it, but that person being a male, thinking that they could come in here and having a bigger platform than me, thinking that they could come in here and drop that shit and it's going to be fine. So I love being a girl. Because my patience sucks at standing in line. But when I need to just sit back and put my feet up and wait for shit to, you know, happen, I mean, I'm good at waiting. I can wait years, decades. You did, just Avery. I saw that. I'm so sorry about everything. I've been trying to keep up, and I was like, where the hell's she been? I'm like, she's there, she's gone, she's there, she's gone. It is tough, though. It's really tough being a creator. So, you know what I do? I just, go, and I just, I work out. And I work out really good. Oh, and he called me a name. Hold on, I want to see if I can find the name. I think he called me, what the... Hey, Eddie, what does it mean when you're Skittles? Because, I mean, I am I'm like every flavor of the rainbow. I don't know. That's what he called me, Skittles. I think Skittles looking ass or something. I don't know what he said. Have to look it up. Where the hell did I see that at now? Was it underneath my... No, it wasn't even underneath my post because he didn't reply back. But I did see that. Oh, it was maybe up here in the beginning. Yeah, it was up in the, up here in the beginning of the post. And the funny thing is, when he says he doesn't know me, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, you would never... Why would we ever know each other? Why would our worlds ever collide? Really? Well, Skittles were truth. I know. That's what Skittles riddles. I know. I thought maybe you know too. Maybe I should try to look it up. I thought maybe it was some slang or something that I wasn't sure of. Not sure, Eddie? Oh, damn. That must just be something else. Because I'm very, very bright. And I do come after a rainy day, So, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Man, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Oh, Melissa, get yourself a YouTube channel, girl. You'll get back to the gym. I don't know how I keep going. I've been doing so good. I'm on my second week, second day. I've only lost 2 pounds, but I'm like, if I just get over the hump. Oh my gosh, she's at Mary Beth. That sounds like Vincent, not me. She says, my husband's arguing with me, but you can't argue if you don't respond. I love that. Yeah, and that's my response to anything, but that's so funny. I bet. Oh, I know what that's like. I know what that's like. I want to tell you to like quit one, but you can't, just keep going, and it really does pay off. It really does. Especially if that's like, what you're going to school for is something that 100,000% you're going to do for the rest of your life. Like me, I didn't end up doing what I went to school for. I wish I would have. You're not in timeout, Ashley. So we'll get to the live. I really had some stuff planned and then I didn't. Y'all. I didn't. I was busy watching a 4-hour live today, which wasn't I didn't watch the whole 4 hours, but I did watch the part about Kim coming back onto T-Rev's channel, because you guys told me last night. Well, it sounds like she took the volumes, or like the it's not as fast, but it's like that woman, she didn't say anything about anything. About anything. About anything. And I listened for like ever. Yes, just Avery, that's what it is. And music. Get the right music. I had the right music playing today too, man. It was some good music in my headphones. Oh, see, Alicia, you should be my new friend. I'm just kidding. She said, like me, I'm a retired pharmacist for 45 years. I love my pharmacist. Y'all are some very, very smart people. Extremely smart. I know this sounds kind of not very smart of me, but I didn't realize how much you guys had to know. Like, the doctors don't know anything about stuff. It's all you. Like, no, I mean about pills. Okay, I want to say that. About the medications. The doctors don't know a whole lot about the medications they prescribe. It's more of the pharmacist's job to, like, know and make sure everything coincides. You're not on anything that's going to, like, counteract. I've just been on a lot of medications throughout the last 10 years, and I just appreciate pharmacists so much. Actually, I appreciate just everybody in the medical fields, all of them, down to the STNAs. Or is that what they still call them? STNAs or SCNA? CNAs? Truthful Soul, I'm not going to get over that name. I'm going to have to, like, I can't put a thing there to, like, wish I could put a thing to stop beside it so I could be like Skittles Riddles. Yeah, back to good, yeah. Yeah, he back to good. I'm a little behind, but T-Rev came in and disrupted the chat. Yeah. And it was over a post that was so stupid. And y'all know me. I say stupid stuff, but it wouldn't be anything I would say in front of someone's face. Ever. Ever. My mama raised me better than that. Actually, my father did. My father raised me better than that. My mom raised me to run. My dad raised me to be a fighter. Holistic therapy? Oh, I wonder if that works. Old Adderall Kardashian. Yeah, she was like spinning in circles last night. I was like, what's this? I was like, is she going to say something? I mean, I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. So I'm going to drop the link. Actually, let me drop this just in case anyone wants to become a member of our crazy ass channel. I just talked your ear off for 25 minutes about crap. But I've been thinking about it for the last like 4 days. I think it's been like 4 days since it happened, so. I think that was all of it. Yeah. And then we can talk about Bryan tonight we'll start with him. Because I think our last live went a little crazy. We did like part of News Nation's live broadcast they had on over the Idaho 4. And then we switched to Letecia, and then we switched back to Idaho 4. So I just think that was actually kind of nice. Tomorrow, before I forget, I don't know if I wrote this down. I didn't. So tomorrow, Letecia is going to have to decide if she's going to take the stand or not. The judge actually, before this, we're going to start with Idaho 4, but I'm going to start with this really quick so I don't forget. The judge actually asked her today, like, are you ready to, are you going to testify? And she whispered to her lawyer, and then they like mumbled something. And so he's given more time until, I think, until after this witness is done. And then it's ride or die time. So Leticia's going to be, if you think she's, I don't know, I think she'll take the stand. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you. Well, we love you too, Mary Beth. Mary Beth is on the good list. The nice list for Christmas. I'm making a list. Y'all think I won't? I will make a naughty and nice list for this chat group. I would never want anyone to leave, and I would never force anyone to leave. I mean, unless it was like, you know what I mean. Unless it was like something bad. But I'm going to make a naughty and nice list. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yep, I'm just thinking about where I'm going to put it now. I think it'd be hilarious. That's what I try to do. I do try to kill with kindness. I really do. But my dad, he raised a smart ass, and I'm like, I'm a smart ass. I'm a smart ass, I am. And so sometimes I don't mean things. I say them, or I put them out there, and I just want to, y'all know me. I have a good heart. I don't think I really could be mean to somebody that, like, I'm not the type of person that goes and looks for trouble. I just stand up for myself. Hey, Scorpelina. Oh, no, a list. Yeah, a list. I'm good at lists. I don't know why I love lists so much, but I do. I think that's the ADHD in me. Antipasto. I thought that said pistachio. And I don't know where I got that. Anti-pistachio. I don't know why I was seeing it like that, but I was reading that way more. I was reading more into that. I was like, where's the pistachios? That's okay. We're always off topic here. That's how we roll. What? Is this him? Oh shit, guys. So I think this is the guy that was, okay, so the family, okay, really quick. I didn't cover this case, but I've been watching it in the news, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too. The case down in Texas about the Mexican family, they were living next door to a crazy guy, and the father went next door. The guy was shooting off a gun, and he went next door, and he said, hey, buddy, can you just stop, please, firing off your weapon? I have children over here at my house that live with me. And then the guy came back went over and shot up the whole family, like 8 of them. Do you guys remember hearing about this? It's just been, I'm going to retweet this, but it just happened like the other day. But Jennifer Coffendorfer, I'm going to say, she's not talking Idaho. She says that Francis scores, I don't know how to say his name. Francis Oropeza was caught. So, oh wait, was that Grizzly? Hold on a second. Was that Grizzly? No, it says Grizzly's Hood News. Oh, I thought it said Grizzly. I thought it meant like our Grizzly on YouTube. I was like, did she break that? How did she break that story all the way from where she's from? And Eddie, you see a lot more than I think you see, Eddie. You're awesome. Sometimes we think Eddie be talking crazy in the chat, but sometimes she's got to go back and see what he's talking about. And he makes sense. He makes a lot of sense because I don't see some of the chat. So that's what I'm going to see. She just said breaking news, and it doesn't say anything else yet. So I'm going to refresh the page because it said, I got 315 right here. Oh, look at him. It says, Texas justice likely coming. Oh, yeah, it's a good day. No one else got hurt. Where did you find him? Was he in? I thought he was. I thought he went to Mexico, y'all. I thought it was just Grizzly, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. It was a different news group. Yeah, like, wow. Let's see. What's this? 5 minutes ago. Okay, this was May 1st, so we'll read this. Wait. Are you kidding? She did it. Okay, never mind. I can't believe they caught him. Yeah, no, they got him, Ashley. They just got him. Man. I'm over here like, I just want to go back up and see what he looks like again. I'll just hashtag real quick. You son of a bitch, you know? Also, it looks like he was at someone's house. And you know what? Did you know that he had been deported 4 different times? Fence ain't working. I mean, literally, like, if people want to be in this country, they'll be in this country, apparently. That's crazy, though. 4 times. I don't know how I feel about that stuff. I don't talk about politics, but I'm just like that. The gate ain't doing anything if I see on News Nation every day people are going through water and climbing the fences, and it's crazy. I feel so bad for that family. Now, I turned that off because I didn't want the noise to bother you, and I was getting cold, and now I'm getting hot. Ooh, I bet that's pretty, Scorpelina. I couldn't crochet to save my soul, my life. Couldn't do it. I bet I could. Oh, no, I couldn't. Not with the one eye. I don't think it's a good idea with the needles. Well, it ended up getting me. I'm glad that they caught him. Yeah, that's like... Okay. Because I tried to do something nice at the beginning of the live, and I didn't feel too nice at the beginning, so we'll do this again. Mary Beth, Summer will be able to tell you how to do it. You should be able to just, you just go under, like, the gifting option, and then you just gift, and you can go to it'll give you the option of, like, 1, 2, or 1, 3, 5 memberships. Yeah, here, I'll paste it in here, in the chat, too. If you need any more help, I think Summer can help you. She's good at, you're good at those, knowing about the phones and stuff. Avery, you love to crochet too? Oh, I'm blind in one eye, so I could just see me stabbing myself with it. Or I think they have like plastic ones that are like, but you probably can't get real good in with those. So let's see what Jennifer Coffendorfer just found. Actually, where did she get this? Because I literally was on their website earlier. There was nothing there. So let's just see. It was updated today. Well, would you look at that? Wow. Okay. We didn't have just one document that came out. We had like 5 documents that came out. So let me see here. I got... This was 38 minutes. Okay, let me see what I have here. I might play this video first. I'm just trying to like pin some stuff, like, so it doesn't get too crazy up here. Okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like I kind of know what they mean, but we'll go through them. You crochet too, Eddie? Oh, he said no, never mind. I wonder if it's easy. I doubt it. I doubt it's easy. I bet people with like ADHD though, or like, or just even, maybe even OCDs, like that might be nice. Something like that. I would enjoy that. until I stabbed myself with it. So I'm not going to read her document yet because I don't know what hers is, like how it is in the, let's see what hers is. Hers says it is motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order. So she did this one right here, but there's 3 above it and 1 below it. Okay, so, or 4. Oh shit, didn't see that one. Okay. I'm going to turn my camera off just because I'm reading. It is easy? Oh, I didn't think it would be easy. I bet Vincent would be good at crocheting. He's good at everything. I give him all of my jobs, my craft jobs. It's so bad. I'm like I don't know. I don't even know how I'm the worst at like arts and crafts there when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I always continue to want to be artsy. So it falls on Vincent. Because he is a perfectionist and he's good at everything. He just says he reads the directions, but maybe that is what it is. Guess I'm the... It's kind of funny that, you know, they used to say, like, the guys in relationships, they used to say that back in the day. Like, the guys never read directions. And in our relationship, it's me. I don't read directions. And I open up boxes like I'm Banshee, like I'm getting something for Christmas. So, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to play actually this video first. Because they might go over a little bit on this. This came out an hour ago. So, let me refresh the page one more time.
And alleged that
oh, yeah, so it says an hour ago. And this came out on Law and Crime. So it says weeks after the accused Bryan killer. Sorry, guys. Weeks after accused killer Bryan Kohberger was arrested, the judge issued a gag order on all parties involved in the case, including family members of the victims. Numerous media outlets, including Law and Crime Network, requested to lift the gag order for public information purposes. Now a motions hearing is scheduled for May 25th, where the final decision will be made. Okay. So I think that's what these papers are going to go over. Also, there was one paper we went over last night. Oh, so we do know that part of the gag order, it's the Gonzalez family is trying to get the gag order lifted for their attorney, I believe, to talk on their behalf. Which to me, I don't think that anyone needs to talk on anyone. No one needs to talk. Unless it's unanimous, 4 families, 8 parents. Unanimous vote, then I would say nobody. If I was the judge, that would be my ruling. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not a judge. I'd say nobody, everybody, or nobody. I don't know. Isabel, she might be sleeping. That Isabel might just be asleep. It's it's 4:30 in the morning, I think, where she is. It's 3:30 or 4:30. Oh, you quilt? Teresa, wow. If you ever get bored and you want to make me a quilt someday, I'm there. I'm here for it. I'm just kidding. That would take so long. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, no, I could never. That would be insane. I love blankets though. I love blankets. I want to look at my shawl tonight. It looks like a blanket. I also have these in my store. They're nice and big and crocheted. They got their own like crochet pattern. I crocheted these all myself. JK. Oh, it's 2:20. Oh, I went up a little bit in time. Oh, wow, I bet that's pretty. Okay, so let's watch Bryan Kohberger. Let's see what they have to say. I think it's Jesse. So I hope they got him a different background.
defendant Bryan C. Kohberger on or about November 3rd.
Oh, and actually, before this starts, I'm going to drop our membership link, and then I'll drop the StreamYard link if anyone wants to come up and chit-chat, and we'll watch this video. Also, if you guys could hit the like button, it does go a long way, really helps the channel, and I won't have to interrupt the videos as much. You know what I'm saying?
13th of 2022 in Letecia County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Kaylee Gonsalves, a human being, by stabbing Kaylee Gonsalves, from which she died.
Now, the family of murder victim Kaylee Gonsalves is petitioning the court for a change in a strict gag order. A hearing related to the motion is now set for May 25th, just 1 month before murder suspect Bryan Kohberger's lengthy preliminary hearing is scheduled.
This is State of Idaho versus Bryan C. Kohberger.
Kohberger was arrested in late December of last year for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students found stabbed to death in an off-campus home. In the weeks following the murders, officials made no arrests and kept tight-lipped about the case, only revealing a white Hyundai Elantra was spotted near the crime scene in the early morning hours of the murders.
We are confident that the occupant or occupants of that vehicle have information that's critical to this investigation.
Investigators later linked that vehicle to Kohberger, a PhD student who was studying at nearby Washington State University when the murders took place.
So you're coming from Washington State University, and you're going where? Oh, okay.
At the time of his arrest, Kohberger was staying at his parents' house in Pennsylvania. After an extradition hearing in early January, Kohberger was taken back to Idaho and booked in the Letecia County Jail. That's where he's been ever since. On January 4th, Letecia County Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall issued a specific gag order that would block investigators and attorneys involved in the case from speaking with the press. 2 weeks later, on January 18th, the order was amended to include attorneys representing the family of the victims. It's those family members now pushing back on the order.
I don't know what their motivation is, but their point is well taken, which is, why does this gag order apply to an attorney of a victim who is not directly part of the court proceedings?
Litigator Rich Schoenstein tells Law and Crime Network the motivation behind the motion may not be totally clear.
I can tell you. Because the Gonsalves family even said themselves they were so far ahead of the investigation compared to the police that the police were telling them to like slow down a little bit. So I think that's probably why the cops are like, put a little on, Attorney Gray there, because maybe they're just afraid that they're going to, say something about the case that they shouldn't like say. That's the only thing I could think of. Yeah. Steps off soapbox. No, I hear you. I feel the same way. I'm like, yeah. I feel like if all of you guys don't talk, none of you guys talk. I don't know. But I heard that and I was like, I think I know.
Clear, but he does say the gag order as a whole is bizarre.
It's very unusual, and I think it's improper. The victims are not parties to the case. And so when you think about a court imposing rules for the trial, and that's essentially what this is, the court imposing rules for the trial, it imposes those rules on the parties. So in a criminal case, it's on the prosecution, it's on the defense. It can be on witnesses once they testify and are subject to the jurisdiction of the court. But it's very odd to have a gag order like that apply to people who aren't part of the court proceedings, directly part of the court proceedings. And I think it's dangerous territory to sort of go in that direction.
Shannon Gray, the attorney representing Kaylee Gonsalves' family, filed a motion back in February to appeal the gag order.
There are two challenges, as I understand it, to the gag order. One is by the media. There are lawyers representing a collective of media outlets challenging the gag order, and they went to the Supreme Court of Idaho, and that court said, no, you can't come to us right away. You have to go back to the lower court. And then we have this separate application by the counsel for one of the victims, and the lower court was waiting to deal with that until it saw how the Supreme Court handled the other challenge. So that's what happened. The Supreme Court last week rejected the media challenge, and then the lower court set this challenge for hearing on May 25.
On April 24th, the Idaho Supreme Court ruled the gag order would remain in effect. More than 30 news organizations, including Law and Crime Network, brought their request to lift the order. Supreme Court justices said the argument should be taken to the magistrate judge who initially issued that gag order. After that, Gray requested a hearing about the order, which is now set for May 25th.
This is a gag order that the court imposed principally on parties in the case. So the prosecution, the defense, the investigators, not to speak to the media outside the court. And the gag order is written very broadly so that it appears to also apply to victims and their counsel. And that, I think, is the issue that's going to come before the court on May 25th.
Gray argues the gag order should only apply to attorneys, investigators, and their agents, and defendant Bryan Kohberger. Gray believes the family members of the victims should be allowed to speak under their First Amendment rights. But even with a hearing date set for later this month, Schoenstein says an official ruling may not be made right away.
In the first instance, it's the trial level judge reconsidering the order that's been issued. And this happens all the time. A judge issues an order for anything, and the parties or whoever's affected can come in and ask for reconsideration or modification or even to withdraw the order altogether. So I think this hearing is just going to be oral argument of the legal positions. I think you'll hear from counsel for the victim's family that wants this gag order modified so it doesn't apply to them. And you may hear countervailing argument. I don't know if the prosecutors or the defense are going to take a position about the gag order. They certainly will have the right to be heard, but I don't know what they're going to say. And then the judge might decide it right then and there, could modify the order on the spot, or as frequently happens at oral argument, the judge can say, thank you very much. I'm going to consider it, take it under advisement, and I'll be issuing a decision or order in the near term.
With a looming preliminary hearing date set, Schoenstein believes a ruling will be made before June 26th.
That preliminary hearing is going to be an intense subject of media interest. So everybody has to know what the rules of the road are, who can speak to who, when. That has to be decided. So I think the judge is going to have to figure this out before then.
But there could be several different outcomes should the magistrate judge's ruling be appealed.
Now, the trial judge could do a couple of different things. The trial judge could modify the order effective immediately, and then it has to be appealed to be changed. Or the trial judge could modify it, but could issue a stay of the modification pending appeal. Or whoever wants to appeal it could go up to the appellate court and ask the appellate court for an immediate stay pending a determination of appeal on the merits. That happens sometimes. Now, I expect here that there'll be a lot of deference to the trial judge to conduct the trial and set the rules of the courtroom as she sees fit. I think that it would be odd to see the appellate court staying that before considering the legal issues. So I think whatever the trial judge does is going to be the rule in the first instance.
The defense may support the gag order as is, arguing it could affect Kohberger's right to a fair and impartial trial.
I think the defense here has an argument that there's been a lot of speculation and innuendo all over the internet, and it's intense. And the defense's argument is it's going to deprive the defendant of a fair trial to have the lawyer of the victim potentially going around on media outlets spreading the story and trying to portray the defendant as being guilty. that that's not what the trial is for. And so from the defendant's point of view, we want to limit the media attention as much as we can pending trial. But of course, then you have the First Amendment on the other side. And, you know, there's a right for people to speak about fascinating cases. There's a right for the media to cover it. There's a right for the victims to speak out. All of that is under the ambit of the First Amendment. So it's a very interesting competition between First Amendment rights and the victims' rights to a fair trial.
Right now, it's unclear whether Bryan Kohberger will appear for that May 25th hearing. Schoenstein says it's well within his rights, but ultimately will be up to Kohberger and his attorneys to decide. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
So do you guys think that he'll show up at the May 25th hearing? I doubt it. Let me see here. Oh, your neighbor came by to chat. That's so nice. I don't have neighbors that come by to chat with me. We just got a new neighbor. We just got a new girl neighbor across from us. And I'm just really thankful for her because I've seen her once. She's lived here like 2 weeks and I love that. And the one time that I met her, I just happened to be taking my dogs out. We live back in a corridor where there's nowhere to go. So she was stuck. And I was like, oh, Lordy. And the one didn't bark and the one didn't bite, so I was happy. They were really nice to her. You're into the Letecia Stauch trial, Eddie? Oh, it's getting good. It's good. I'm going to be, oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys earlier. And I think I just stopped talking about it. What the hell? Did my train of thought go with that? I was going to tell you guys tomorrow. Oh, that's what it was. She has to make her decision. The judge asked her today about, her making her decision. She's going to plead, or if she was going to take the stand or not. She didn't make a decision. So she has to make it after this doctor goes off the stand. So I will be streaming it if and when she goes up there. I have like everything set up. I just have to like pretty much go to StreamYard and then, just press go live. So. No, Jeffrey, I mean, will he show up? Will he go to court? He doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to go. So, yeah, like he doesn't have to go up to the actual court proceedings if he doesn't want to. It's his decision. I would like to see how Gerald's growing on him. Probably not very good. Probably not very well. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in jail. Shoot. Guilty or innocent, I wouldn't want to be in jail. Her defenses came her brand. Oh my gosh, Janet, it's a laughing stock over there. Is laughing stock still in the chat? Because that'd be funny if he was. Or she was. I don't know if laughing stock's. I don't know. With our screen names, it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, so no, I guess this hearing they'll let them decide because it's just a motions hearing. So it's basically like if you want to get out of jail for the day kind of hearing, you could go. But they don't need you to be there. Now, the preliminary hearing, he'll have to be there. I don't know. I wonder what he looks like. I'm really curious to see what he's going to look like, If he's going to be smaller, if he's going to be bigger. I mean, Letecia, she got awfully big in jail. Sometimes the jail food's pretty good, I guess. Oh, Judge Moore. Man, I hope he has like a vacation planned. Because he's going to need it after. He was like, that little old lady on the defense today, man, she was being mean to him in a way. She was like snapping to him. I was like, heck no. So let's go over to the, this here. So I'm going to turn my camera on while I'm reading to you guys here. Let me see what it says. So this is just the declaration. This is going to be for the Associated Press, the radio. This is for like the this is going to be for all of the news stations. So it says, Wendy J. Olson declared and state as follows: I am a partner with the law firm of Stoll Rives LLP, counsel for petitioners in the above captioned matter. Okay, so all of these guys got together, it looks like digital media and the Associated Press and everything. That's what it's looking like to me. And they're, wanting to get copies of this stuff. And it says, as such, I have personal knowledge of the facts and statements, maybe not, contained in this declaration. I submit this declaration in support of the motion to vacate or amend the amended non-dissemination order. Yeah. Attached here too is Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, Exhibit D, E, F, G. And then it goes to number 9. During the course of representing the media outlets who are challenging this court's gag order, I have been informed of the following by them. A victim's family wants to speak with the press about Mr. Kohlberger's prosecution, but they feel bound by the gag order. So it says there they want to talk about Bryan Kohlberger's prosecution. Okay. B, Major Christopher Paris of the Pennsylvania State Police told reporter Chris Ingalls that he could not answer whether police had launched any review of unsolved cases that could be linked to Mr. Kohlberger because of the gag order. Moscow Mayor Art Bettage told reporter Erica Zucco that the city attorney advised he could not answer questions about the overall community healing in Moscow because of the gag order. So there's giving, it looks like examples. Journalist Taylor, and I cannot pronounce her last name here, police records requests were denied by the Letecia. Let me blow this up for you guys. So sorry. Why am I doing that to myself? I was hurting myself with that. Letecia County Sheriff's Office, Moscow Police Department, Pullman Police Department, and Washington State Police Department because of the gag order. Sorry, I have to cough. Okay, let me see here. I was trying to read the chat a little bit, sorry. Because I'm in between screens here. Oh, where was I just at? There I was. Nope. Was I really not did I not have this on the page for y'all and I've been reading this? Did I not have this on the screen? Sorry. Love you guys. I just read a whole bunch of that and didn't even realize I didn't have it on the screen for you guys. I'm so sorry. It's hard to, I can't see the chat, so if you guys were writing me, I'm sorry. I was reading and I couldn't read the chat at the same time. So this is the the document. And after I'm done reading this, I'll put the link back in the chat too. After I get done just reading this page. And then it says, journalist Taylor, I can't pronounce her last names, public records requests were denied by Letecia County Sheriff's Office, Moscow Police Department, Pullman Police Department, and Washington State Police Department because of the gag order. Gary Jenkins, Chief of Police at Washington State University, and Matt Young, Communication Coordinator for the City of Pullman, told reporter Morgan Romero that they could not answer whether Mr. Kohlberger applied for a graduate assistant research position with the Pullman Police Department because of the gag order. Thanks, Eddie. I'm like, whoops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to share the page with you guys. The Moscow Police Department refused to advise a reporter from the Idaho Statesman how many cell phone towers are in the area near where the murders occurred. Okay, I'm going to read that one again. Okay. The Moscow Police Department refused to advise a reporter from the Idaho Statesman how many cell phone towers are in the area near where the murders occurred. The size of Mr. Kohlberger's cell, the size of the Moscow jail, and the nature of Mr. Kohlberger's meals because of the gag order. Law and crime reporter Anjanette Levy, oh, that's a name I know, was denied access to Kohlberger's booking video from the Letecia County Sheriff's Office because of the court's non-dissemination order. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Idaho that this is foregoing true and correct. Okay. And then they, via iCourt e-file. So that's the first one. That's just like the different news agencies are giving different examples on why they couldn't, they asked a question and they couldn't get an answer for it. So that's just so weird. It's like so weird to me. That this like pressed on it. But I guess in the same way, it's not that much information. It's nothing that would be detrimental to the case. So give it to them, Are you really? You're not on a BlackBerry from 98. If you were, that'd be a miracle. I had a BlackBerry. I love BlackBerries. I love that thing. It was my favorite. Kathy, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I just saw it says Summer, I'm dumber than hell. That's just what I saw, and I was just like, what? No, I'm the same way. I can't figure that stuff out. I know that on mine's so weird. Okay, so if I want to gift memberships to you guys, I have to go into a regular browser and go into the YouTube, go to my YouTube channel and go into my YouTube video that way. I can't go through my iPad right here, my phone. Maybe my phone. I don't know if I try my phone, but I can't it's just so crazy how the memberships go. It's crazy. Well, it was supposed to be May 20 something, I think. I think Banfield said May 25th or 21st. She said the 20 something, I think. Summer classes start May 15th, I believe. I have that wrote down. I'll have to find that video. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I thought that was something important. Yeah, I'll have to see. Because we'll definitely know when it's coming down. They may not, no, they will. They'll broadcast it somewhere. Someone, somewhere will be getting in this. They'll be zooming in, So, was it the 25th, Kelly D? I knew it was, I don't know. I thought it was the 21st. Let me see if I can. I was just going to see if I could find it real fast. If not, yeah. 4 weeks ago. There it is, I think.
You know that several of the families are upset about the idea that 1122 King Road has been.
This isn't it.
Lawyers. Now,
I don't think that one was it. But she has so many.
You'll probably remember on December 7th, the last time that personal items were taken out of the house, we were present. And it was such an incredibly solemn moment. This was a law enforcement action. They took the warehouse.
This isn't it either. Dang nabbit, I really. Yeah, I did that. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to go out of the studio. I just left you. I just literally left you for a minute, for a second. I'm really wanting to find that really quick because that's bothering me. because remember she says it, she's like, I'll remember this date. And it's like right at the beginning of the live, like May something, I'll remember that date. Or she's going to put it in her calendar or something.
We have an update about
This ain't it either. Dagnabbit, I'll find it one of these days when I'm not looking for it. Isn't that usually how it goes? She gone, Mike said. Mike's like, she's out. What would you guys do if I just did that? I was like, I'm just out. That'd be so funny. I do that all the time. I go back on the wrong, like, things. Oh, thank you. I got my nails done for Gannon and for our boy Michael Monkey Vaughn. And I did a crazy light colored blue because I wanted it to be spring-like a spring egg. And now they're going to be red for Letecia. Get the Mary out of her. Since you guys told me that, now that's all I could think about. And everybody wore red today in Letecia Stauch trial. Everybody did. I feel like. Let me go into the next piece of. Let me get on the right page and share it with you this time. We'll go on the next document that they have here. It looks like it's from the same people. And then it says, inventors are a coalition of media companies that, but for the amended non-dissemination order dated January 18th, 2023, would gather more information about Mr. Kohlberger's arrest and prosecution and then make editorial decisions about whether and when to publish that information. Okay. I'm going to read that again because it's kind of like, let me have all the information and I'll just put it out and I won't do anything that would hurt the case. That's what that sounds like to me. But it says, order dated January 9th, 2023 would gather more information about Mr. Kohlberger's arrest and prosecution and then make editorial decisions about whether and when to publish that information. Like, it's kind of like, let me see all your cards and then we'll put it out whenever we feel it's ready. We're ready to. No, you can't do that. The state and Mr. Kohlberger stipulated to what ultimately became the gag order. The interveners were not given an opportunity to submit any written or oral objections in the approximately 1 hour between the parties submitting their stipulation and the court issuing the original gag order in this case. Because the gag order violates interveners, I don't know why I'm saying that wrong, right under the U.S. and Idaho constitutions, they petitioned the Idaho Supreme Court to vacate the gag order last week. And why didn't I make this bigger for us again? I'm not on my game tonight. Guys, what's up with that? I'm right here. The Idaho Supreme Court held that a vague, overbroad, unduly restrictive, or not narrowly drawn gag order is an unconstitutional obstacle to gathering information about this case. In petition for a writ of mandamus. Why can't I say this? I'm not even going to try to read that crap to you guys. I am so sorry tonight. I cannot read those words. They are not coming out of my mouth. But on procedural grounds, the Idaho Supreme Court decided that the court should have a chance in the first instance to vacate the gag order. So what they're saying there is they wanted a chance to be able to, have their side heard. And what is going on with this? Why is it not showing this to you guys? I don't know what is going on with this thing today, but there we go. Swear to gosh. I'm just going to have to keep my eye on my iPad. Because I hit the share and it is not sharing. Oh, I would wear some Gannon bracelets if I had some, Teresa. I used to wear them for Kylie. So the red Arlene is for, everyone had to tell me last night, for the Maria. The Maria in her, she has like a, multiple personalities. So that's what that's for. Okay. So, I'm trying to see where we were. That is, the Idaho Supreme Court declined to exercise its original jurisdiction because interveners have an available remedy. The Idaho Supreme Court acknowledged that Idaho's rules of criminal procedure do not provide a specific mechanism for third parties to intervene in a criminal case, but they observed that both state and federal courts often permit the media to intervene in criminal cases on a limited basis, or at least file a motion as interested parties in the defense of public access and free speech, including in Idaho. Following the Idaho Supreme Court's direction to first seek relief before this court, interveners now move to intervene for the limited purpose of contemporaneously filing their motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order. If we don't get anything else out of this, we'll get laughter, because man, I can't pronounce half these words. And if you're asking yourself, Tanya, did you read this before you came on tonight? Hell no, Tanya didn't. And if you're just now joining us, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, we are talking about Idaho 4. We're going to be talking about Idaho 4 for a little while longer, and then we're going to go over to Letecia Stauch. There were new documents that just got released today, actually, tonight. We just found out about it literally a few minutes ago. So that's what we are busy reading. So I'm wondering, yeah. And also, if you're just now joining the live, don't forget to go back and listen to the beginning of tonight's live for lots of really good, really good case discussion. So this is the next. Let's blow it up. And we shared it this time, guys. We're doing good. Look at us, like we've had a YouTube page all of our life. Oh, that was it? Oh, never mind. Oh, I ain't reading all this, guys. How many pages is this? Okay, yeah, no, we're going to be doing this on another live. Yeah, we ain't, I ain't prepared, y'all. I ain't prepared to read you 20 pages tonight. Let me see what it is. Because you know I don't like to do that to y'all. I think this is just, oh, man. Yeah, guys, you know I can't do that to you. I'm not going to do that to y'all. I have to read this first before I read this to you all. You know I'll be messing up all of my words. Who's here is a speed reader? Has anyone read this? How about that? Mike Jensen. I'm like, I ain't got it in me to read all of them. I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking. I mean, or I would. I think it's just like, it's just talking about, them, the reason why they're asking for the, that gag order to be lifted. It's like, just saying like the victim's family want to speak to the press about Mr. Kohlberger's prosecution, but they feel bound by the gag order. But it's a lot of, we already read this before, yeah. Oh, these are just all different things that this is all different things that they've just, like questions they've asked and they've been told no to. Like we were looking at before. So it's not like, okay, so it's not like that. It's just like, no, it's like literally, and I'll read it to you tomorrow or something, but I don't even think you guys will care to hear it. So far, it's just like all of the same stuff. But this is different. And how it's this gag order violates. We'll go through the bullet points though, at least like, A, like what it means. And what did I do? Didn't mean to do that. That was a little bit too much. It just says the gag order violates the First Amendment because it is so vague, overbroad, unduly restrictive, and not narrowly drawn. That's, I mean, that's true. The gag order far exceeds Idaho rule of professional conduct, 3.6. This is a lot. The gag order broadly prohibits any statements about Mr. Kohlberger's prosecution. They're not, so I mean, like, everyone can talk. They just can't talk about Bryan going to jail. Like, I don't see why it would be like that big of a deal. Do you know what I mean? Like, for one family, it's a big deal. There's a reason why this is such a big deal to the Gonzalez's, but not to Mogan's family, and not to Coronato's family, and not to Chapin's family. Ethan's family had that beautiful tribute. I'm just very confused. Heck no, I'm glad I'm not there. I'm not in a position to be there, and I wouldn't want to have to make that decision, but I think I could. I think I could make that decision though. And I just, like, you know what I mean, just knowing me, I just feel like I know what I would do in that situation. The gag order prohibits speech from a broad and vague group of individuals. The U.S. Supreme Court precedent counsels in favor of vacating the gag order. Oh, I thought that was actually like true, but it's not. No, they're just telling old cases. And these are just old cases that they're going over. The court should treat the gag order as a prior restraint and apply a strict scrutiny. The court should reject the fiction that gag orders directed at trial participants do not restrain the press. Wow. And the court should apply strict scrutiny even if it does not find that the gag order is a prior restraint. Yeah, we're going to have to look over this tomorrow. The gag order fails under strict scrutiny. It's only because I want to get to Letecia tonight, because I want us to be I want us to be caught up to date for tomorrow. The gag order fails under less exacting scrutiny. Where's our lawyer friend? The gag order violates the Idaho Constitution for the same reasons. Yeah, and then conclusion. Okay, so in conclusion, the interveners request that the court vacate the gag order because it violates the U.S. Constitution and the Idaho Constitution. The end. That's pretty much, that was at the end of it. I don't know. Thank you, Pamela, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, crap. Yeah. For sure. I didn't learn anything there. But I guarantee you didn't hear it anywhere before you heard it here, because I didn't even hear it anywhere. And I was scrolling around. I was actually another person was on live. Ooh. I guess like the docket on YouTube got Letecia Stauch being cuffed. So I'll have to show that to you guys. Let me see what's going on here. Did we? Yeah, we watched that. Man, you know, that really sucks that I can't find let me see. If I type it in like that. No, I can't find the video. I wish I could. Try it one more time. Yeah, no, that one wasn't it. Well, son of a gun. I really wanted to find that. I know. I'm wondering what Steve knows. Steve is tired of being quiet. Yeah. Teresa is our lawyer. Well, you know, like, remember that guy that he used to come in here and he was a lawyer? I was going to ask him about if he could just give us, like, if this was, like, you know, true or not. Yeah. I'd rather them just, like, not talk. I think that people should just not talk. I mean, we're allowed to talk because we ain't got a leg to stand on, you know what I mean? Like, we just, you know, we just hang out and we just talk. And look at Teresa, she's going to go get some hot tea. Whenever I see the word tea, I think she's going to come and bring us the juicy gossip. But she's just going to get herself some hot tea. Okay, so let me see if I saw anything else. Also, if you're just now joining us, you know, don't, in the beginning of the live, they did catch the guy that killed that family down in Texas. So that's good news too. That little son of a, you know. Okay, well, the chat didn't really get too crazy tonight. I was waiting on it. Does anybody have anything they want to say about Idaho? If not, I'll move on to Letecia, but if you find anything, let me know. Oh yeah, and this is let me share this small clip with you. Bryan Kohlberg claims he has an alibi. That's literally what it says. That's it. Like, I'm not kidding you. If you go down right here, number 2. Bryan Kohlberger defense claims surviving roommate has evidence that would clear him. In documents obtained by Fox News Digital, the subpoena demands the roommate's appearance on June 28th, 2 days into Kohlberger's planned preliminary hearing, and warns of a potential fine of $500 or $25 in jail if she refuses to appear. Okay, that's not where it was. Where was that? Let me see. Oh no, maybe that was it. Or maybe it was just at the top. I think it was. Yeah, literally that's it. That's the one. That's it. That's it. I don't understand what's the alibi? And what would be a good alibi? You would have to be like, I don't know. Yeah, Margaret, the only thing I don't get is, or the only part I don't get about the Gonzalez part is that there's like 3 other families involved. And like they're cool with, like, it seems like anyway, they're cool with like keeping it closed and just letting things go, like letting the judicial system happen. And I don't think nothing's going on that's wrong for anyone to get like to where they need to be like, no, we need to be addressed and we need to be heard. Do you know, like, I don't think anything's wrong unless that's what it is, unless we don't know. And he knows, like, you know, Mr. Gonzalez knows something we don't know, you know? Yeah, what is, actually, it's 10:03. You know what? I should just turn it right on to Banfield. Let's see. Oh, wait, wrong one. Good idea. What do I have? Spectrum. I forgot what I had, what you had. I was just, because you know she'll be running off at the mouth if she can. She probably has her people reading them files. Sorry. Reading those files real quick. Nope. Just talking about the Texas gunman was arrested. So that's what they're talking about. Like, he was just going on the TV to be talking about it, so. We talk about creating a Lifetime movie. So let's see about Letecia. Did everyone watch the trial today? Because I sure did. Watched it all day again. Love her, you know. Love to hate her. We're wearing the same color, it almost looks like right now, though. I'm not feeling that. It's like the same color, guys. Y'all, I'm dressed like freaking Letecia. Because did she have on like a gray shirt or something underneath that? I don't know. Oh man, I think I'm dressed like Letecia today, guys. And we just were making fun of the way she was dressed, but that's not the same shirt. It's not. It's not. Yeah, the defense, I don't know what their strategy is. I really, really, really don't. It's bad, whatever it is. It's bad. Like we were talking about yesterday, last night on the live. Her and the attorney, like her and Will Cook or whatever, they were cuddled together, hanging out. Like they were on a freaking date, like they needed a table for two. Today it wasn't as bad. I think it's because it was the state's turn, or I mean, sorry, the defense's turn, and they needed to speak up because this morning the prosecution came in and they rested their case, which is so crazy to me. Like that, I don't know, that they didn't do that last night, that they waited for today. Because like literally he just walked up to the podium and he's like, we rest our case. I'm like, okay. So I thought that this was her time to shine. I thought that her, this was Leticia's time. It's not working out that way. Let me see here. Oh yeah, those are some questions. We'll have to go over that on another live too. I forgot to ask you those questions about Bryan Kohlberger. They're not nothing important, but y'all got the same shirt. I know. That looks like my shirt, doesn't it? But it's not. Hers is like a cardigan, and mine's Roma. They call it Roma. So I'm laughing about it. I might be wearing this again tomorrow. If she's wearing that, I'm wearing this. I want to match her. I want to blend in to the crazy. So the prosecution went ahead and they arrested this morning, like I said. The defense started off with their one and only witness. I think that they're gonna call Letecia. I don't know if she's gonna take the stand or not. So they might be the only one that stood up for her. And that woman, I don't think did they even make her an expert witness? Because I know they were fighting it. I mean, the woman was like I'm sorry to say it, but she was too old to be on the stand at this point or something, because she couldn't answer a simple yes or no question. It felt like Letecia was back or was on the stand. It felt like Letecia was on the stand. This woman made me think that I was seeing Leticia's double. I mean, they had to have the last word in. They kept talking and like rambling. He would ask her a yes or no question, and it would be like 20 minutes of her talking about something that had nothing to do with the question being asked. I thought I was going nuts out. The defense teams talked about him? I know her defense team can talk about her. Bethany's attorneys can talk about her because they're in a different state. We're talking about, maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm confused. I don't know. Yeah. They don't want anyone else to play their game. That was when she was going to the restroom today. She had to go to the bathroom break. A little potty break, so she was getting all cuffed up. I had a girl touch the back of she was like, can I touch your back? And I was like, I guess. I mean, what are you going to say to a TSA agent that says, your back? She's 85, Alicia. She looks it and she is it. I mean, there's a time to retire, There's a time to retire. And I'm not trying to be mean. But if I'm sitting in this chair or anything like this chair and I'm that old, kick me out of the chair, tell me to go take a vacation. It's time for me to retire. Because she was just off in the clouds. Yeah, she's old, Avery. She's old. Let me put the StreamYard thing in here. She's, oh my God. Oh my Lord, have mercy. I do have a couple of videos here to play for you guys. Okay, so this one here, I think I had some more things to tell you though. Oh, she did say herself that she didn't know Letecia very well. She's like, well, I couldn't give you a guess or an educated guess or like something like along those lines or an answer for that question because I don't really know her, in fact, that well. Your psychiatrist usually knows more than anyone does. It's crazy to me. You would think that she would know everything about Letecia, like anything that she should know. That's like, I don't know. This lady was doing a whole lot of, I don't know. Y'all know. I don't know. But she is said to take the stand tomorrow if she does take it. Let me know if you guys think she's going to take the stand. I mean, I should do a poll. Let me do a poll really quick. Because I want to stream it. And I know that they're going to have... they're going to have like they're going to have her on the stand in the morning because they're going to do videos. Play videos. So it should be good either way. I mean, it's spell Letecia, right? Okay. Yeah, they always tell you to take your hair down and stuff. Yeah, I hate TSA. Even if I don't have anything on me, which I don't because I'm in the airport, obviously. But like, I always feel like I have something on me that's bad because like just because the dogs are there and like they have like you walk in between the dogs and you're just like, for real? You want me to walk past that dog that's like looks like it wants to eat me? But they haven't ate me yet. So this is like, we watched on last night's live, we watched the murder trial part, like, I think it was like day 16, but I think it was like in the morning. I think this is just the other half of it because this just came out earlier today. Oh yeah, and then this goes over like the web searches and stuff too. The ones that we didn't go over last night on our live.
And I realized she's not pregnant. There was this pregnant lady. So I agreed to help the pregnant lady because she was really, really pregnant. She gets in the car. When I realized she's not pregnant, she had about, I don't even know how much money inside of this thing that makes her look pregnant.
You want me to believe you, but I feel like you're just telling me something to make me feel better about Gannon missing. Okay? Kind of like the Quincy Brown thing. I mean, now it's a pregnant lady with cash in her belly. Okay, I believe you. What's next? What happened next?
Albert, to sum it up, it's just being caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time with people who are money laundering, wanting me to deliver paper to these Mexican restaurants, and I wouldn't do it.
Thanks so much for staying with us here on Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. Welcome back. Now we're in.
I knew there was something I forgot to tell you guys, Summer. That was what I was going to tell you. So, there was a lady actually in the trial or in the courtroom, and there was a hot mic, and she said that the lawyers lied to her about the time that she was supposed to be there today. So when the judge laid into her about being late, but she was late twice, not just once, twice. That's why. And I guess her kid came with her, and her kid, and this is from a court reporter just that's sitting in there, and it's not Crime Curious, so it's not her at all. Promise, I swear it's not her. But the kid smelled like marijuana when he came into the courthouse, I guess, into the courtroom. So the doctor's kid smelled like the good trees. So we're thinking maybe that's why she was late, because that's her ride, because she's in a wheelchair. Very crazy.
In week number 5 this week of the stepmother murder trial in Colorado. The state hasn't officially rested, but we are hearing with our team on the ground there that the defense team is getting ready. They're getting primed up and ready to go. We're getting word that the state may rest soon, and so the defense is going to be ready to present. They're presenting a not guilty by reason of insanity defense. Now, on Monday, the prosecution called what was said to be their final witness to the stand. Kevin Clark presented a series of web searches from the phone of Letecia Stauch, both at the time of little Gannon's death and the days after his death. Here's a little snippet of what Stauch was searching on January 25th, 2020. That was 2 days before Gannon was believed to have been murdered.
1:49 p.m. My husband's ex-wife does nothing for her lids.
Based on context, what do you think that the lids actually meant?
Should be kids.
Okay. Is it a typo basically on the searcher's part?
Yes.
The next search on January 25th, 2020, what time and what did it say?
1:51 p.m. I wonder if my husband's ex-wife is sending me a Valentine's card since I raised her kids.
What is the next search on January 25th of 2020 and what time?
1:54 p.m. One day, some people will wish they treated you differently.
Now, Clark continued by revealing more surveillance and phone data from the defendant's phone. Everything from paying for a fake polygraph test to searching how long does a body start to decompose in a bag. Now, here's some more of those shocking results found in the internet search history of stepmother Letecia Stauch.
Tell me the first one on January 27, 2020.
12:09 a.m. My son, burned the carpet. How, do I fix it?
Is there a period between the fix and the it?
There is. I just couldn't see it from this angle. How do I fix, it?
And then the next search on January 27, 2020, what is it and what time?
1:03 a.m. Son sick. Can he stay, home?
And then the next search on January 27, 2020, what time?
2:42 a.m. Craigslist, Orlando, Florida, jobs, apartments, for sale, services, community, and events.
And for context purposes, is January 27th, later that day, the day that the defendant called 911 to report Gannon as a runaway?
Correct.
Then do we have a bunch of searches on February 21st, 2020 that are relevant for this investigation?
We do.
What is the first one on February 21st?
6:43 a.m. Children trafficking to, Mexico, from, and it's misspelled Colorado. It's spelled COLOROSDO.
And does this roughly coincide with references by the defendant in some of these recorded consensual phone calls that were recorded by the FBI, indicating that Gannon may have been trafficked to Mexico?
Yes.
What is the next search on February 21st, 2020?
6:54 a.m. I need a criminal polygraph.
And the next one on February 21st, 2020?
A few minutes later at 7:08 a.m. I need a fake criminal polygraph.
The next one on February 21st, 2020?
7:21 a.m. Fake polygraph test.
The next one on February 21st, 2020?
7:35 a.m. Can you get away with fake lie detector? And it's misspelled. DETEXTOR website.
These searches for needing a criminal polygraph, fake criminal polygraph, and can you get away with a fake lie detector test? Does this indicate in your mind that the defendant had some awareness of trying to evade the investigation in this case?
Yes.
What is the next search on February 21st, 2020?
9:52 a.m. Gannon Stauch, El Paso, searching in landfill.
Was there in fact searches of landfills trying to locate Gannon's remains?
There were.
Was that publicized?
Briefly, if I recall right.
And then do we have 4 searches on February 23rd, 2020?
We do.
What is the first one?
3:08 a.m. Gannon Stauch found.
Was he found on February 23rd?
No.
What's the next search on February 23rd, 2020?
8:24 a.m. replacement passport.
The next search on February 23rd, 2020?
3:15 p.m., shock from period, watching someone get shot.
Is someone misspelled?
Yes, it's spelled Someoke.
Is this the first indication that we have? Well, let me back up a little bit. Gannon's body still had not been found by this time, right?
Not yet.
Is this the first indication that we have of consciousness by the defendant of Gannon being shot?
Yes.
I thought he was going to say consciousness of guilt there, but he said something similar, consciousness of little Gannon being shot. Just a reminder, that little child was shot 18 times. I'm sorry, stabbed 18 times, shot 3 times. I reversed it in my head. Stabbed 18, shot 3. Think about the brutal death that child endured, all the pain that he suffered. And the person who did it to him is saying that they didn't know right from wrong at the time that they stabbed him 18 times and shot him 3. What do those internet searches tell us, though? Do they tell us something different? Let me bring in my guest, retired police sergeant Melissa Pinkleton, who knows about polygraph testing and lying defendants. Sarge, great to have you on the program. Tell me, when you hear about this defense that we know is coming, I mean, could come real soon here, soon as the state rests, and knowing all this other evidence like what we just heard, what do you think, please?
Not a chance. There is not a chance the jury is going to fall for this. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was a resentful, bitter woman who was getting her ducks in a row. Those searches, you know, there's a show called How to Commit a Murder. She needs to post a class on how to not commit a murder 101, because she has done everything that murderers do. Her Google search history, and I don't care how many times she comes to court not washing her hair, the jury is not falling for this whole I'm crazy, didn't know what I was doing at the time, and I'm out of my mind. Because she has done everything to show actually she is competent, did know what she was doing, planning it, plotting it, preparing it. And even her daughter, again, I like to bring that up, and I know that's known, that has testified that she's never seen her mom mentally unstable. So this is not going to work for her.
Great point. The ex-husband said the same thing. You know, it's happening at trial. It's all coming up at trial. You know, and I really like the point you made too about the grooming, how she is choosing to come to court. You're absolutely right, Sergeant Pinkleton. That is purposeful. Let's look at some more things that were purposeful together, shall we? We have another clip from Kevin Clark. He's that intelligence analyst that the jury heard from, pulling her searches, all of the things she was looking at on the internet around the time of February 27th and 28th. So we're at about a month after Gannon is killed at this point in time. Let's listen.
The next search on February 27, 2020?
8:05 a.m. How do, period, they identify whose, misspelled WHOS, blood is at the scene?
The next search on February 27, 2020?
8:35 a.m. Find people who want to go to, period, jail.
The next search on February 27, 2020?
8:58 a.m. Spanish girl names.
Is Maria Sanchez a Spanish girl name?
Very traditional, yes.
What is the first one on February 28, 2020?
7:02 a.m. How long does a body start to decompose in a bag?
Does that indicate specific knowledge about the condition in which Gannon's body was packaged and discarded?
Yes.
In what way?
He was found in a suitcase.
Good night. I think my favorite part of that was when she is naming her alter ego. I mean, if that doesn't say that this was conjured up and created, the fact that she's Googling Spanish girl names and then she comes up with Maria and tells the psychiatrist that her defense team brought in that's who was responsible. It was Maria who did this. It is just so sinister. Sergeant Pinkleton, what do you think hearing all that? Lots there, huh?
I just think more and more, and it's just all the extra additional nails in the coffin for her. Because what possible defense could there be? And if I'm putting myself in the jury box right now, and if I'm sitting in the jury listening to this, I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, what possibly, how could she possibly claim that she did not know what she was doing at the time? I think that there is beyond a reasonable doubt. I think the prosecution is nailing it, has laid it out. And especially the Google searches are so damaging before and after. They are beyond damaging because it just goes to show she was not out of her mind. She knew what she was doing, premedication, consciousness of guilt. all of the above. I mean, I know trial's a slam dunk, as you say, and I understand that, but I feel like this is almost as close to a slam dunk as you might possibly get.
You're right, Sarge. I love it. You know, I've been saying, you might agree with this. I'm sure you've heard this term throughout your years of service. And for anybody who may be new to this program, you'll hear it from us again. Sometimes we call cases like this one a slow plea in the courthouse, when it's just the evidence is so bad, but somebody, you know, you have a right to a fair trial, you know, by a jury of your peers. And that is what she is doing. She's making the state prove the case against her, and we'll see if they get thrown any curveballs when it's time for the defense to present.
Sorry, I was trying to change the title really quick, and I couldn't get back over here on this part in time. So, okay, that gets us called until today's court session. There was one other thing I wanted to tell you about today, I thought. I don't think there is. But the doctor will be back on the stand tomorrow morning, and she is supposed to be there at 9 a.m. That's what the judge said, so the court can start on time. If you're not watching the trial, it is mountain time. Is that mountain time? Is that what it's called? Mountain time? So it is mountain time, so it's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So I'm thinking, look at my playlist. It's so like random. I got Kim Kardashian and then I got like all this like true crime. Because I want to be Kim Kardashian too. Letecia's not the only one. No, I think it's for the Met Gala. Which you could pay me to wear some of those outfits to the Met Gala. I don't know how they do it. And they think it's cute. I love that super sticker. It made me laugh. It's cute. Then I have one more video to show you over here about Letecia. And then tomorrow, like I said, hopefully we'll find out what's going on and if she's going to testify. Which one? Did I miss it? Oh, I already went out of that video. Are you talking about the pink jacket? Her pink jacket? Because she had on a bright pink coat. So, yeah, they did. So what do you think, Alicia? Do you think that she's going to take this stand? Let me know what you think, Elisa, because I know that you're watching this case. I think that, I don't know. I think she might do a Hail Mary and just try to go up there and save herself, or, okay, so this is how I see it. Either she's going to go up there because she has nothing but time, you know, and she wants to just run this out more and more. Because, I mean, obviously she can't think in her right mind, in any mind, that she's doing good right now. So I'm thinking that she might go up there, or she might just sit there and put her head in between her hands and cry and just put her head down. Or maybe hang out with what's-his-face. Yeah, you think she will, Tony, because she believes her own stories? Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to show how crazy she is. Yeah. Oh, Pamela, it might get really good. It might get real good tomorrow. Because she might be like, if this doctor's not going to show it, I'll just show you. So, I'll show you how crazy I am. So, I'll go ahead and play this here. And I'll be in the chat with you guys.
Takes the stand. She said she won't make that decision till after the testimony of Dr. Dorothy Lewis. So let's get you back in for direct examination.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury have the courtroom. When we took our break, we were in the midst of the testimony of Dr. Lewis. That's where we will resume. Fellini.
Yes, Dr. Lewis, did that summary refresh your recollection at all towards what the persona Maria had related to you?
Yes, somewhat.
What did Maria relate to you?
What actually, what is written here is what she said.
Okay. Well, do you recall independently that?
I beg your pardon.
Do you have does that refresh your recollection?
What comes to me as I read this is that the reason that I can't cite chapter and verses, it is wildly psychotic. It is incoherent. It is
non-responsive.
Well,
Saying, if you can relate what Maria told you, I think was the question. That's what you need to do.
And no, so let me rephrase that then, Dr. Lewis. If you can't recall the exact specifics of what she said, what can you recall about the way in which she was presenting?
yes, I can't recall the exact specifics because it is disorganized and confused and difficult to remember. But I recall her kind of reassociating all over. And she talks about her grandmother and family shooting things out the window and always needed people to guard funerals. That it had a chaotic quality, and it happened shortly after, as I recall it, shortly after I became aware of her seeming to move into her Maria persona and her more aggressive, more, more scary persona. And then it is just rambling and doesn't make sense and incoherent or psychotic.
Now, in fairness, there were other things that you would have liked to have done in your examination. Could you talk a little bit about those? About as far as like an MRI or an EEG?
Correct.
Why would you like those to have been done?
There were aspects of her memory, her behaviors, her descriptions that that are consistent with certain kinds of brain damage. And for example, there are certain things that.
Okay, I don't understand why those doctors like talking about, or I don't even know why the prosecution's even given the notion to this. Because if they wanted to do an MRI or a freaking X-ray, it takes 2 damn seconds to do an X-ray or an MRI. It's not a special visit. You go to, not for me anyway, I go to the same hospital, bam, bam, boom, bam. Can't do an MRI, don't blow me up. I have metal. But X-ray I can do. And it literally takes me 5 seconds or 5 minutes to go in and do an X-ray. No matter what part of my body it's on. So when she, I mean, because they even say like the defense didn't get it done. I don't know. I just feel like that's not, I feel like if she would have ordered it, if they, because they had all this time. They had 3 years, 4 years to do these tests. So you cannot blame Letecia having a concussion one time to her murdering Gannon. Because I've had a lot of concussions, y'all, and I haven't killed anybody. So.
That are so close in terms of dissociation and neurologic impairment and let's say what are called psychomotor seizures, where prior to a confused state or prior to a state where you are aggressive and moving kind of automatically but violently, prior to this, there's often a state of wooziness and dizziness, which, as I recall, she described. And following these kinds of episodes, the individual and this is with what are called complex partial seizures, but also it can be with dissociation. The person does not have any memory of what occurred. First, there is what is called an aura. Then things happen. Very often they can be aggressive things, they can be repetitive things. And subsequent to that, the person does not remember them or remembers them in a confused fashion. And
is she the prosecution's witness or is she here for the defense? Because our girl is not doing so good. She's not doing good at all. She's literally saying she doesn't have a disorder. Oh, my Lord have mercy.
the reason that I would like very much to have been able to investigate that is, if it were, let's say if we were able to get the electroencephalograms that I would like to have had done, if indeed you saw that at a certain point, what were normal electrical activity changed and the rhythm changed and things were off and were not the way we normally think. And then it ceased. If you could combine that, because that would have been signs of abnormal brain activity. And then it would have been very possible, very likely that during the time at which Maria or an entity of Letecia, whatever it be, that during this time when the child was being stabbed, that her brain was in an altered state, and that there is no way in hell that she could have stopped what she was doing. And the other thing is, she would not remember it. And a classic part of Maria's situation is she doesn't remember what happened. I'm not even convinced she knows she did it. And she certainly can give a variety of what you've called like confabulations, just kind of wild stories where her head just goes in different directions. I think that if she could have documented this, there is treatment for it. Whereas we're in a lot more trouble when we're dealing only with a dissociative identity disorder. That's a very tough one to treat. It takes a certain amount of experience, talent, what have you, and investment for a long period of time. So that it matters if you find out that this is what's going on in the brain and you can target it with something to improve it, you're going to see a difference in her whole behavior.
And it was frustrating to you that I was.
Give me a Xanax and you'll see a whole difference in my behavior too, Doc. What do you mean? Yeah, you medicate somebody, you're going to see a difference in their behavior. And if somebody on an EKG has that different wavelengths and different, or like wave, the waves are different and things of that nature. I mean, that could be an anxiety attack. That could be a little bit of depression. That could be, really anything. I mean, all we know of, and this is what we know that Letecia said, and we're just going to take Letecia for her word at this time. We're going to give her this one, that she had a concussion. So she's had one concussion. And that, okay, and we've all been dropped as a baby. Doesn't mean, we're out murdering people. It's just crazy to me. Oh yeah, she was so unprofessional, Ashley, today. This woman, for her getting paid $350 an hour, she was making short of it. She's like, I'm gonna get 2 or 3 hours in on this stand.
was unable to line that up for us, correct?
She are relevant.
Overruled.
It was frustrating that I wasn't able to make the EEG happen for you, correct?
More than frustrating.
And just so that the jury knows, you're not here out of the goodness of your heart. You're being paid for your time.
Not yet, but I hope so.
Okay. You're being paid by the state agency that I work for.
In theory.
In theory, hopefully. And the agreement is to be paid at $300 an hour.
I thought it was $350 an hour.
I'll have to talk to my supervisors about that. But that's a discount from what you would normally charge, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Despite not having the EEG or the MRI, in your report, you indicated that Ms. Stauch was one of the most mentally ill people you'd ever come across.
Yes, the most complex.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes. The more I study her and the more I remember what happened and go over it, she has such a variety of different signs, symptoms, and behaviors. She has many of the signs, symptoms, behaviors of a dissociative identity disorder. She also, if you follow the material, as you recall, I could not remember it clearly. If you follow the parts that I couldn't remember, they're confused. They make no sense. They are psychotic. They're incomprehensible by an ordinary human being. And if they were to be read aloud to you, you would not make head or tail of them. So that I find this complicated. And it would have helped me if I could have at least eliminated or included a particular central nervous system dysfunction that I could deal with. It's always fun for.
So what she's saying is pretty much she didn't get all the information, so she should get herself out of that damn witness box. Like, it's supposed to be your star witness, literally. Letecia wasn't planning on going on the stand. Her lawyers don't know if she's going on the stand or not. She don't even know if she's going on the stand or not. But good golly, Miss Jolly, this little old lady here would not want to be hanging out with her on a Sunday. Sunday brunch, you'll never leave. My lordy. You'd ask her name and she'll tell you her name, where she's from, where her name originated from, her ancestors that had that name before her. My lordy.
For a doctor to be able to treat and to be able to make something better. And so far we're not able to do that.
I mean, the defense did the right thing. You get your bad facts out there. Yes, this is an expert we're paying. Kind of funny they hadn't really agreed on the rate, but I think it was a smart way that they handled it, Michael, for the jury to hear. Yeah, we're paying her.
Yeah, put it in front of them, and clearly made the point that it's a discounted rate.
Yes.
So you're not in here just for the money. And we know that's often a problem with public defenders. He's a public defender. You don't have the same money as a private attorney to do these things. So, I'm glad she decided to come in. This is a case that obviously was important to her.
Yeah, and that rate is low, right? Let's just admit that up front for an expert of that caliber. Absolutely, I agree with you. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to return to Colorado versus Letecia Stauch.
Everyone felt like it was probably foul play.
From missing person to murder victim.
They heard.
So story.
You're the.
Hello, welcome Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala here with Judge Ashley Wilcott. We're bringing you really incredible coverage today of Colorado versus Letecia Stauch. Remember, she is charged with murder and the death of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon. And she is claiming insanity at the time of the event, a very brutal murder. And whether that defense carries the day has everything to do with this testimony. Dr. Dorothy Lewis, a clinical psychiatrist, a professor at Yale, testifying about her condition and her 14 hours of interviews and reviewing all the interviews she did with police, all of her clinical background, talking with family members, really did an extensive, thorough look at her life and came up with some conclusions. She was just talking about all the lies she told, something everyone has had a problem with, and kind of explains it that it's not something someone normal would do. Right? They're so incredible, so crazy that it's all part of her psychosis. Now, as I take you back in for the end of her direct examination, she gives her opinion as to the mental state of Letecia Stauch at the time of death of Gannon. So let's get back into that.
The time of the death of Gannon.
Yes.
What is your opinion?
Well, I think that she was that assuming that this area is about the time that Gannon was killed.
Yes.
She was psychotic at the time. She was not in touch with reality, and she did not. I don't think she knew the difference between right and wrong. I don't know whether she even knew what she was doing.
Liar.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Lewis.
Cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Young.
What's the legal definition of insanity in the state of Colorado, Doctor?
Oh, I believe that you must know the nature of what you have done and that it was wrong. And that also, I think that you do add on a bit of the Durham decision, which has to do with if you cannot control your behaviors, such as to comply with the requisites of law. I believe that that is also part of an insanity defense here.
Did you look at the statute regarding insanity for the state of Colorado prior to rendering any opinions in this case?
I did, but I would have to look at it again to look at it. And I've also discussed it with others, which is why I added the Durham decision and the ability to conform your behavior, because to my mind, in many courts where I've testified, that is no longer accepted. But it was my understanding from the attorneys that that is also an aspect of insanity, the inability to conform your behavior to what is required by law.
Is that the aspect that you used in rendering your opinions in this case?
That is only one of the aspects.
Well, tell us the elements. This is what you're here for. You're here to testify that this defendant was saying at the time she committed this crime. I'd like you to explain to the jury now what law you used in rendering that opinion.
Would you permit me to read it, and I will tell you what aspects of it
You're the expert,
concentrated on. By and large, I used a McNaughton definition of whether the person knew the nature of what he or she was doing and that it was wrong. And so that was my, that was my orientation. And then I was pleased to learn from the attorneys that also the inability to conform one's behavior to the requirements of law was also part of the definition in Colorado. The accuracy of that, I don't know, but we have discussed it, and I've said that I was surprised. I was unaware that in the other states, that since the Reagan shooting, I had thought that most of that was not any longer recognized, but I was told by the attorneys that that was one of the other factors that played a role.
As you sit here right now, do you know the legal definition of insanity in the state of Colorado?
if you would show me show me as it is written out, I will tell you whether this is what I use.
The fudge. He didn't ask if you could get a written format of it, ma'am. I really did cut her off. I really did. I had to cut her off on my expedition today. I did cut some of this out. I forgot. My Lord. The stuff she's saying. If you could give, you are a mental health expert. They are the defense's mental health expert on a insanity plea case over a dead child, and you couldn't memorize. You can memorize probably the Bill of Rights, but you couldn't memorize these laws, or you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get that. If I was I'm one of those people, I'd have been prepared. Nightbot's back for Eddie. Let me remember to disable it, because if not, I won't remember, and then it'll keep saying hi to Eddie. What's up with the fingers? It's like the ones off of the Star Trek movie. Isn't that the movie? The ones that like the two fingers go? I can't do it. Her short-term memory starts. I think it's riding with her, the driver there. Maybe we need to ask her what she's smoking, because she was, oh my Lord, have mercy today. No, it's the one, you know how like what's the guy off the Star Trek movie? Here, let me turn my camera on. And he does this with his hand, and it's like, I can't do it. Where the two fingers, come on guys, it's Star Wars or Star Trek, Star Wars. She sounds like she doesn't know what she's talking about. She sounds like a 5-year-old. Yeah, no, she does. That's exactly, yeah. No, you're exactly right, Sandra. It's like she's not an expert in her field. Spock. That's who it is. Spock, guys. Teresa, don't say that. Don't say shit. No, don't you say that, Teresa. That runs in my family. I do not need that in my life. I already ramble on and on and on. Oh my God, that's me at 85. Maybe that is. Maybe that's me at 85. No, but she really does go like the whole opposite. I don't know how they're staying focused on the questions, because they ask her a question and she's on a tangent. And then my brain's like, good thing I'm not a lawyer, because I would just be like, you need to stop and we need to start again. Lordy.
Used, I can't say it to you verbatim, but the idea has to do with whether you knew the nature of what you were doing and that it was wrong.
Well, clearly you have experience in testifying in criminal cases. You said 100 or 200 times, right?
Right.
And so you know that when you write a report, that report comes to the prosecution, comes to the defense, it goes to the court, correct?
Yes, usually.
And in your report, you want to put what the legal definition of insanity is in the state of Colorado, because that's what you're here for. That's what you're here to testify about, correct?
When you have written a complete report with all of the data that you require to come to that conclusion, and then try to go word by word with the definition.
All right, they are really going after her, they being the state, the prosecution, about what is the legal definition of insanity in Colorado, because that's what you're here to testify about. Michael, a fascinating approach to take by the state. I want to thank Melba Pearson for being with us. And Michael, I'd love to hear, what do you have coming up next?
Well, I'm riveted. I can't wait to see the rest of this cross-examination.
Okay, so let's see here real quick. Legal definition of insanity. Let's see, because she didn't ever answer the damn question. I'll answer it for you guys. Don't worry, I'll answer it. Let's see here. Just gonna like put it to this tab because I was getting on my nerves. Okay, legal insanity is being mentally impaired to the point of being unable to tell right from wrong or have criminal intent. Insanity is not the same thing as moral yeah, so yeah, they're saying that it's not the same as like passion growing out of anger, rage, hatred, or other motives. But I think we all knew that. Oh, if I was that judge, I would have told her to get the hell off. I would have said, well, he told her not to get out of the box on her own because she's in a wheelchair. I would have went and picked her up and put her in her wheelchair and been like, I'll give you 3 weeks to get another witness. I mean, it was bad because this is like, I don't want her getting out on appeal. Like, are her lawyers that bad? Do you think that she could? They're pretty bad. It's like, and they don't care. I just don't get it. And then, oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. That the old woman, yeah, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna say that, ma'am, she had the nerve, the fucking nerve, to talk about when the guy said, when one of the lawyers said, you know, Letecia before all this happened, like she was having a pretty good life. She had been married, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, well, I wouldn't call it that. She got married twice. And both of her husbands were just bad. Like, I don't even know the exact words she used, but like, meaning Al is a piece of shit. And Letecia's sick. She's sick. She has a mental disability. But Al, he's bad. Even though, what? Huh? Are we here for Letecia Stauch's trial? Because it felt like Al was on there for a minute when she said that. When she said that, it stung to me. And I wasn't in the courtroom. I wasn't sitting in his defense chair either. I was so upset when I heard that. Because, like, you know, I don't even know what she said about it. She said, like, he was just, like, a bad person, or I don't know. And I'm just like, oh, my Lord. My eye is watering tonight. Yeah, the wording wasn't much better than that, literally, yeah. Just, like, he was bad. He was just a bad person. And I don't know if, like, that was, like, her older age, like, talking. Because she's 85. I'm 36. I'm on the cusp of, like, you know, my parents are both passed now, but they were still together, and that's like unheard of, you know. So I don't know a whole lot about separation and blended families, but what I do know is, you know, I don't think Al went into the relationship with Letecia thinking like she was a freaking crazy maniac. You know, I think he just, I think Al might have just like got caught up into she fed him a dream, I think. And he, hook, line, and sinker, fell for it. And they didn't live together for the longest time. So, but I will be on tomorrow if she goes on that stand. Because we gotta be watching that. Oh, I love the judge. Judge Warner, he's a good man. He should read all of my legal documents for me. Oh my God, do you think he would? Because I suck at it. Do you think we could get Judge Warner to read my legal documents for the lives? How do we write them? How do we get a message to Chambers? Teresa, do you know? That would be the best. Because he has such a soothing voice. And he would know all the jargon. Letecia's done, yeah. Yeah, she ain't crazy. I know, I keep calling her crazy. I'm like, man, I keep calling her crazy. He could. He has the best voice ever. I love his voice. It makes me happy. Okay, well, I am going to jump off of here for the evening. We are 2 hours and 20 minutes into this live. Did you like the intro tonight? It was a different one. It's a new one. And the outro will be a different one as well. Same music. I was going to change the music, and I didn't like the other music. So, you know. Okay, well, yeah, let me know how to contact him, Teresa, because I wants to know. Yeah. I want to know if he can read me some legal documents. Ask him how much that would cost. I mean, I'll literally pay the guy. Pay him one time, and my YouTube would probably blow up because his voice is so good. And then I can just pay him with that. But I will see you guys all tomorrow. Be on the lookout for me because Letecia. I'll see you guys all in the next live. Bye, guys.